Hello and welcome to Human Insects, episode 3. I'm Hazel.
I'm Nicky.
Oh man, it feels like it's been a really long time since we've done a normal episode, even though I know that that's just like what doing bi-weekly episodes and having a guest on in between is like, but it feels like there's a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, stuff that we've been meaning to talk about for like a while now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Having a guest. I feel like it'd be funny to slip in for things we just want to talk about and stuff just in guest episodes, and they're like, what? Why are we talking about this right now? And so
God, that would be such a nightmare.
That'd be just funny though. It's just it's just throw them off their game. Just start talking about some random other shit. But yeah, I don't know. What have you been up to? I mean, we both had a birthday.
We did, yeah. I made it my goal to not leave the house for my birthday, and I did exactly that.
Yeah, I also just kind of worked on my house.
I just kind of worked on music. It's kind of the funny thing is it's a good thing that we had a guest on last time, because I didn't really do that much in the last week or so just because I've been working on stuff. Yeah. So having that kind of backlog is kind of to my benefit. Yeah.
I've been kind of celebrating my birth. We're a little bit different. Whereas I'm a huge ham. I love the attention. So all the birthday messages, all the look at you. You're another year old, and I'm like, yep, that's me. I'm though the actual age component of it, it's definitely I'm at the age now I'm 27, and it's it just fucking super does not matter anymore. It's what, who cares?
I feel like I haven't really felt too conscious of the getting older part of my birthday since maybe 21 was the last time it mattered. When I turned 25, I was okay, cool. I can rent a car now with the license I don't have. Right. But
it's just kind of I don't know. Maybe I'll feel something when I'm 30, but I don't know. Probably not. But
I mean, yeah. Every 30-year-old I know felt a sense of relief over turning 30, so
that's actually something. I know a few. I mean, I have a few 30-year-old friends, and a lot of them basically have said something to the effect of whatever is upsetting you about your 20s is super not gonna matter, because you're just gonna be chill in your 30s, because it's just whatever. And so we'll see. On episode 170 something of this podcast, when I'm 30, and I'll be Hazel, you've got nothing to worry about.
yeah.
But
I don't think we did specify that specifically you're a year older than me. I am exactly a year older than you. And then I'm not gonna dox Brian's age.
He's just that older brother status. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shout out someone. I'm gonna I have a I have a pal, Vero, who I know through the One Piece podcast, because of I've started hanging out with them a little bit since my guest appearance on there. And Vero also is September 7th.
Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
That's so funny.
But this time it actually is on 95. So it's it is.
So that means that they've usurped me.
Right. Well, Yeah. But basically, you both are the same to me because because we figured out, like, I had to ask my mom, like, what time I was born, because moms remember that. I'm 2 years. Not 2 years. I'm 2 hours older than this other person. So I'm still on top. You know, Brian's got some years on me, but it's. But yeah, I don't know. My birthday is, I mean, it was super chill. Like, I didn't actually go out and do anything for it until like yesterday. I did some shopping and stuff. Went to Barnes and Noble and picked up some books I've been meaning to pick up. I hadn't gotten around to it. It'd been in my Right Stuff cart for like forever, but I hadn't actually pressed go on it. But I walked in Barnes and Noble, and there I saw it. I saw Devilman Volume 2. So now I own. Baby. Yeah, like, so now my whatever manga cred I wasn't grabbing just yet with my collection not having an entire Devilman set, I have it now.
I gotta say, it feels really good to own hardcover manga.
Yeah, hardcover manga fucking rocks.
I have both volumes of Devilman that Seven Seas did.
Yeah.
And I also have their same like set collection of Cutie Honey, and then the Ishinomori Kamen Rider.
Right.
And I'm working on getting a hold of all of Rose of Versailles as well. And let me tell you, they're all like the same size, the same scale. It's extremely satisfying.
Yeah. See, like, that's fucking Seven Seas. What they're doing with 60s manga and stuff is like exactly what I want. My fucking. I'm gonna annoy one of our future guests about this and stuff just because he literally can't do anything, so he has no power on this. But I want to get people from Viz on here so I can be like, look, man, like, I will buy enough copies of a Jump Classics line for it to fucking take for me to get some like 70s 80s stuff. We need. Here's our first topic. We need fucking Team Astro.
Yeah.
We need Team Astro in the States, and we need it in hardcover. The people want it.
Okay, you know what? Here's my theory.
Yeah.
Yuji Kaku's manga that was running in Jump that got canceled.
Right.
I think if that one had continued to go on, I think if that had gotten really popular, especially over here, I think that could have been a possibility.
Yeah.
Remember what they took from us.
Oh god. The thing is, though, is that I'm pretty sure they announced that's getting a physical. So like, there's a really interesting thing going on. Oh man, I'm going full Jump nerd right now. But
we have to, because we need to talk about
Land of Obscusion's panel, right? Like
sure. I mean, that's a great panel.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say that there's a few Jump series that we have to talk about, because I finally got caught up on Akane Bana.
Oh my god!
Excuse me, my throat is fucking closing for some reason, dear listeners. I finally got caught up on Akane Banashi.
Oh my god! Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that stuff, but I really want to shout out Land of Obscusion, George Horvath's like panel that you can find online of like the history of shonen manga, because it's so informative and really illustrates just how it's all sports manga at the end. It's all sports manga. And so the only huge shonen manga that I can say doesn't properly feel like sports manga is probably One Piece, but that's because One Piece is my big brain. I'm pointing at my forehead as I say this. Like, One Piece that is Dragon Ball mixed with Berserk. It makes sense. It's there.
Did you just say that about One Piece? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, I've been having this thoughts ever since I caught up with Berserk, where Berserk's world building is like shockingly similar to One Piece's in terms of like how it is, in terms of like how it unfurls before you.
I feel like I can see that just from what I know about One Piece. That's interesting.
Just how it unfurls before you, and how like whenever the rules come in, and like whenever magic comes in Berserk. That's
right.
It's like a similar feeling to like in the chapter 400 500 range whenever you start getting hikkie and stuff, which is like this like sort of not too important but sort of important like power thing going on and stuff where you can like I don't know, where people just kind of have these like otherworldly powers that they're pulling from, and it's kind of like it kind of plays a similar role and kind of shifts things ever so slightly, but it's not enough to where it's like it ruins the drama or like it becomes about like Shirk isn't like explaining like a magic technique she's doing the whole time. She's just doing it, and it's like, okay, well, she's doing a magic thing now and building a barrier, and then they've got to fight all these trolls and stuff. It's kind of like a similar thing with One Piece, where it's like, I don't know. So I think there's like a school of thought that One Piece is pulling from, and it may not be exactly Berserk, but whatever Berserk is pulling from,
right?
It's like that sort of similar thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But with like the dumb butthead balls like penis humor of like One Piece like throughout, or sorry, of Dragon Ball throughout and stuff is kind of how I would describe it. But either way, like pretty much all of shonen manga is baseball manga basically at its heart. Yeah. And Team Astro is just one of those things. Like it was like it was either as we were planning for Human Insects, or like we had just done the first episode. I don't know.
I think it was right before we started recording.
Yeah. We're talking about this video and we're fucking laughing our asses off about Team Astro being like just utterly psychotic and violent and like and it's people playing baseball games to the death and stuff, and it's like people got tired of the final arc. Like the final arc is half the manga, and it kind of it's like a fucking
11-volume series, and there are 3 games of baseball.
Yeah, and like and half the series is like is this one game of baseball, and it got canceled because people just got bored because they were like, holy fuck, dude, like it was just too much. And so, and I want shit like that to come over here, and I feel I feel like eventually we're gonna get there, because we're even getting like physical prints of like Jump failures now, which like never happened. Like Red Hood is getting an not adaptation. Wow, Red Hood is getting brought over, which is like it's from last year. It was a manga that people got really attached to here, and then it was axed, and people were very torn up about it. And I was a little bit antagonistic about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit just like, oh, what? So like, you don't know how this works. I apologize, Red Hood fans, but because I was exactly the same way about Ayashimon, which is another one that they're bringing over, and both of those are going to be only 3 volumes, and I don't know about buying Red Hood just because I didn't care for it very much, but I probably will buy Ayashimon just because it's like, I gotta rep this fucking manga that I believed in. It's the little Yakuza manga that could, and I don't know, but the fact that Jump is even doing that is like, or Viz is even doing that is like pretty telling as to like the peak manga popularity that we're hitting right now. Even if this even is the peak, because it feels like the peak keeps getting higher. Like every time everyone's like, really, we're at peak crazy manga, we're not. Yeah.
Like we're at a point now where it really is kind of separate from anime, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't just feel like Western anime fandom's like cooler but more obscure older brother. Like it kind of feels like it's kind of an entity unto itself now. It's really cool, and it's really exciting. And it's well deserved. There's so much good manga coming out right now. And so many classics. Though I will say, I guess to point this out, just because like I would like to see it fixed, like just through whatever powers I may have. Or we may have through this podcast, or if anyone's out there listening and stuff. I want to know like what's up with the Yokohama kaidashi so I actually
kikou.
got my copy of that recently. The fucking printing is super dark, and just really not as crisp as the originals.
Yeah, I flipped through it yesterday at Barnes & Noble because like I heard about that and I was like, I need to look at this before I purchase, and then I ended up not purchasing it because I finally found a page that had like a shadow. And like the shadow was just way too dark. It was like scanlation quality. And
it looks really fucked up. It's a pretty big shame, which is fucked up too because like there's like really nice foil trim on the trade dress.
Yeah, the trade dress is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like there's no call to action. Obviously, like I don't expect to have any power over them, but I don't know, just what's up? What's up with that?
Yeah,
just because I really wish it looked better.
You know, it's hard because I know that there are certain things where, and I don't want to get into like fucking like official translation drama or whatever.
Right.
That's not my field. I'm not going to act like I have any stakes in it. I know that the people at Seven Seas are working as hard as they can under less than optimal constraints.
Yeah, right.
As evidenced by the fact that they've unionized. I wouldn't even be saying the phrase Seven Seas if they hadn't recognized that union, might I also add.
Yeah.
But you know, I know that there have been a few instances where they've had to do some pretty significant revisions to certain things in the past. I think usually that's more in like the light novel sphere for like translation accuracy. Yeah. More so than I suppose I should specifically say localization accuracy. Yeah. Rather than like manga like print quality, because I have to imagine that was if I am to guess, I don't really know how manga gets localized in terms of like how they get a hold of the scans that they do. I'm going to assume that Seven Seas was just working with what they were given. Yeah. Which means there might not be anything for them to do, but I would be curious to know how it wound up that way. I'm not sure if they've addressed it directly or not, but it's something that I've thought of every time I've leafed through it. And it's a damn shame because like shots of the manga that are in broad daylight look pretty good, but like again, the second you see something dark, it just is totally crushed. It's really a shame because like those moments are like the moment at the end of the first OVA, for those familiar, where she's looking over at the sea as all the lights turn on underwater. Obviously that takes place at night, so it's just like super crushed looking. It's a pretty big shame.
And it feels,
especially considering that like I don't know if you've looked at the scans for that series. They're like really big and really high quality. Like that's a really really beloved manga, and a lot of that comes down to the quality of its art. So it's a shame.
I really like I don't know, it just feels especially glaring because we have it so good right now with manga releases. That it just kind of feel like, you know, like if this were like a 15-year-old release, right? Like that would be a little bit more like, well, you know, like them's the breaks. And so but it kind of just feels like, you know, like I don't feel like an ungrateful child going, hey, what's going on here and stuff with this, you know, like just because like it feels like the needle has moved up so much, because like it's just, you know, like things are going pretty good with a lot of these. Like we're getting weirdo Tezuka manga, like that's like that is a telltale sign of, oh shit, like we've made it. It's that we're even getting like the Tezukas no one cares about, you know, really. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a strange situation. But what do you want to talk about with John? Like, you want to talk about Akane or whatever?
Well, yeah,
whatever
that,
else?
and then there's we're recording this on a Sunday instead of our usual Wednesday. So Jump just dropped, and a new series just debuted.
Yeah, right. It's okay. So oh my god, hold on, wait. I'm an asshole. It's ginka and gluna.
Yeah, they said that the G is silent.
The G is silent in Luna. Yeah, it's that's like a funny little thing of just like, no, you're pronouncing it wrong, just in the middle of the manga. But God, okay, so have you also read the other new one that came out last week?
No, I saw you and Max seemed to bounce off of it pretty quickly. Yeah. So I was kind of like, all right, I feel like I don't need to.
Yeah.
I feel like I know what this is already.
Like, I don't exactly know that, like, you need to try it or anything.
Sure.
But I would be almost interested to see what you think, because now reading the second chapter, I'm talking about Tokyo Demon Bride Story, which, man, fucking what a, like, that's just such a flat, emotionless title. It's kind of amazing. But that debuted last week in Jump, and I bounced off it super hard because I was like, okay, this is doing harem / like, I don't know, like romance gag stuff that like I just don't care about and is like not really my thing, even though like there's some romance gag stuff. Like, it feels like I think, and the second chapter today really kind of filled it in for me a little bit more. My issue isn't just with the fact that it's like a romance gag manga or anything. Right. It really, like, because I love a lot, like Witch Watch is like a romance and it's a gag manga, and like it like and you really want to see the romance happen in it. There's romance stuff that comes up in Me and Roboco, and that's the greatest manga of all time. And
it is, yeah.
So that's not my issue with it. You know, it's not like a genre issue. It's the fact that it feels out of time. It kind of feels like it's a fucking 2006 like it's a like it's one of those DigiPaint like anime. Yeah. Which is like kind of an interesting like thing to just have in Jump right now, and I don't know that I'm certain. I don't know that I'm exactly like arguing for its existence here, right? But
sure.
Jump did also just recently get rid of Ayakashi Triangle,
right?
Which
they moved it to Jump Plus, right?
Yeah,
or am I thinking of right?
Yeah, they moved it to Jump Plus, which that whole situation was really funny because like it first got taken off the Jump app because Viz was like tired of having to work around the fucking like just sleaziness of it. It's fucking, for anyone uninitiated, Ayakashi Triangle is by Kentaro Yabuki, the To Love Ru guy. So and it's like a ninja like harem thing, and it's fucking debaucherous. It's just fucking indecent as hell. And you know, if you're into that, cool. I'm not. And I think it started to cross a line for like Japanese parents or just in general and stuff, and Jump ended up moving it, and it was like 80 chapters in. They moved it to Jump Plus to just do its thing over there on the app, and I think maybe this is moving in to kind of take up that like fluffy just whatever spot. And
I guess I didn't think about the fact that like they kind of like it is kind of an important part of the equilibrium.
Right, yeah. It's just kind of like, and I feel like there's other fluffy stuff in the magazine, but I feel like if you have to have something that really is just base, like just fucking, it is the most like milquetoast guy, and then weird monster girls following him around and like being endeared to him, and he has like an older sister that's sexy if you like that type of thing. It's like
you're literally describing 12,000 manga.
I know.
Like, trust me, I love sleazy shit.
Right.
But like, can we not be a little bit more creative?
Yeah, I will say for this in the defense of this story, like, I don't know why I'm taking this this angle here. But,
right? No, I like it though. I like it though.
Yeah, because I'm really like I've been trying really hard lately because I've been proven wrong by stuff enough to where like I want to be fair. So like I will say this is not a sleazy thing yet. not yet. Like I don't know where it could go, but it actually seems like it's more like cute. And there's a quote unquote harem, but they are not big breasted or like they have all these like weird, character design quirks and stuff. It really just is like just these monster girls and this guy. And so again, not super into it. I don't think it's very funny, like at all. I haven't really like laughed out loud at literally anything in it or whatever. But so it's like definitively not my thing. Probably gonna drop it in a couple weeks anyway. But I don't know, the second chapter made me go like, okay, I don't know. I see where this fits in for some people and stuff, like where it slots in, and maybe it's a pretty good thing and stuff. But it until we are out of the woods with the cancellation window and stuff, it is on fuck that manga because Ginka and Luna is like I really liked that first chapter.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It is.
I could see
awesome.
this kind of doing the things that I really liked about the first arc of Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like we're showing up in this town with like whatever agenda we have, and that's going to get sideswiped by this other kind of this thing that is suddenly bigger than us, and we're going to get to know these people who have these very sort of like otherworldly but still sort of fundamentally mundane problems that we're going to get swept into helping with. I really like that kind of thing, and I really hope that it kind of develops into something like that.
I have noticed some people kind of have issues with the very quick pacing of the first chapter, which I totally understand. Like, it does skip over some stuff that you probably would have liked to have seen. I would have taken multiple volumes of training up and stuff and magic school stuff, or magic teaching stuff. Thankfully, it's not a school. Like introducing a school into something is like, it's a one-way ticket to make me not fucking interested at all. But it feels like a pretty worthy concession to make for this specific magazine when something can get booted pretty quick, and like stuff like you kind of just need to grab people's attention really fast. So having the main character kind of fast forward and then kind of like just like show it, like she has such a cool design. I love the like gravity rush, like witch hat like design. It's so cool. And then like I love the snowman's design a lot too. And I love just the very short glimpses of action you get at the end too, where it's like, oh, this is very competently made.
It's also really interesting. Like I feel like from the Jump series that I'm reading right now, I've observed that there kind of is like a sort of Shonen Jump house style right now that I really enjoy. It's super not what I expected when I started reading a few things here and there in the magazine. But I really like it, and it is on full display here. I think they're really, I wouldn't even really know how to articulate it quite just yet, but
I think they're really prioritizing like series with like a lot of dynamism in like their art and their action and stuff, and being able to kind of like I don't know, just turn on a dime with because I'm thinking about like Luna like running full speed, and like she kind of turns into like a weird demon, but that's like a really cool like that's just like a straight, like it's kind of a joke that she turns into like a weird speed demon just running at him and stuff, and like I don't know, it's is a super cool. Like, I think they're really trying to get people like a bit more fluid and stuff, because I think for a while they were kind of more looking for your Takeshi Obata's or like Yusuke Murata and stuff, were like really high detail stuff that's also still pretty conventionally attractive. Yeah. And I think now
stuff that is killing people to make.
But I think now they're kind of more looking at stuff like Gotogei, who did Demon Slayer, which has like a pretty sketchy style.
Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man coming out at the same time. Like, I kind of think those are the main two that I think of when I talk about like a house style. Yeah, which is something that I even see throughout like Akane Banashi.
I would say Jujutsu Kaisen as well. And so Jujutsu Kaisen is very like, it's like specifically late period Togashi that it's pulling from. So like, it's really interesting and stuff that it's like One Piece and like My Hero Academia and stuff are like kind of the last bastions of like an older, like kind of more ornate style of comics. That still remain in Jump. So I really like that they're reading the tea leaves. They know One Piece isn't going to be there forever, and they know Oda. Like they're like, they cannot bet on Oda or Kishimoto or anybody big making a new thing again. Like, just because they went for so long. So like, it just makes a ton of sense that they're prioritizing something else. Though I don't know. I really like this debut. I think it's awesome. It's nice to get a new series that isn't set in Tokyo. Also, it feels like a lot of them have really been Tokyo point. Set. Yeah. Like they're like, this is one that's like a full-on adventure. Red Hood was also like that, but Red Hood made a very critical mistake. Like Red Hood's biggest mistake is at like chapter 5, they switch into like a training, like exam arc thing. Boom, fucking just done. It was just totaled the series, in my opinion. Like, not even like it was bad all of a sudden. It was just like, oh no, this is going way too slow for any reader. Like any of the kids reading Red Hood at that point were just like, they'd be out. And so that's the thing you want to avoid. And so that's why I think chapter 1 of this was structured the way it was. And I'll also say it reminds me, though I will say, an even better version of a time skip like that is Akane Banashi's first chapter. And Akane Banashi is my pick for the best new manga, period. Like, in Jump this year. No fucking content. I adore this thing.
It's so good.
Yeah, because but like they do like an even better version of like the cool time skip that Ginka and Luna does. Yeah. Because they give you the most like heartbreaking reason. Like, they give you the whole backstory for why Akane would even want to be a RockAGone performer now in 2022, and then. Like, so it's like the whole chapter's about her dad, and then his career gets thrown in the trash by his master, and then boom, Akane is kind of like running around in the background and like admires her father and is like, oh wow, like he does such a special, like he's doing, like he's contributing to the special dying art form and stuff, and she just really admires that and stuff. But she doesn't really push the plot or anything in the first chapter, and then but then like at the end of the first chapter, after her father pretty much like loses his career and has to like pick up a regular job and just abandon art as a career focus, just cutting straight to her confidently walking and with this resolve that like, okay, now I'm gonna fucking do what he couldn't, and I'm going to fulfill this like this family dream that she feels like she has to fulfill. And it's just like it's such a perfect, like, she's not even like present basically as a main character for the first entire chapter, but you just get it immediately on the last. And then me and our friend Max and like a couple other people also noted that I think it's cool that the first handful of chapters, like up until like chapter 8 or something, it feels like the point of view character is not Akane every single time. You're getting a different person viewing Akane and being like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's such a smart manga.
I also think it's really cool how, and I think you'll know what I mean by this, how the series is fairly disinterested in the implications of it having a female protagonist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It does not make a big deal out of it whatsoever.
Yeah. Like, I really genuinely appreciate that she's just kind of, like, it's one of those things that, like, I think one of the only other manga I can point to that's like it is like Soul Eater, where the female protagonist is just kind of like, you know, obviously it's not like she's just like a like she's like a fully fleshed out and considered character, but it doesn't feel like it's like, all right, well, you know why we made her female, right? There's nothing like untoward about the way that she's treated, and that is genuinely really refreshing, even for me as somebody who doesn't really like mind that much when that sort of thing happens to a certain extent. It's like, it's just so cool. It's just such a. I think a lot of it comes down like to the writing and how well considered it is and how knowledgeable it is about the art. But holy shit, the artist is actually one that I've been following for a little bit because he did a action manga one shot that I really enjoyed back in 2015 called Galaxy Gangs that ran in Jump and did not get picked up for a series or anything like that. But the art I was so enamored by. I was like, this is so fucking cool. There's like bits of Toriyama and Oda in there. It actually does like feel distinctly Oda inspired. Like, we're now getting to that point where like a lot of people are going to be like very distinctly like influenced by him in terms of character design and facial expression and stuff like that. But seeing him come back and then it's on a series like this was a little bit like before it started, I was like, oh, that's cool. But like that artist is so good, and I was like, I almost wish that like he was doing like an action thing just to kind of showcase. But how foolish I was, because the art is still like so well done here. Every time there's like a RockAGone story is being told, and like you get like older art styles like uko, like you're getting all these like just amazing just like art flourishes and stuff, and then like in dramatic moments and stuff, like some of the recent chapters, there's some like amazing cross-hatching that's just like fucking the cross-hatching in particular is like really outstanding. Like
I love the use of black in this manga so much. It's so well done. It's just it's a manga that makes me like a full-on nerd about like comics and stuff, just because I just love the way it's constructed so much.
I actually had that thought recently about Kowloon Generic Romance, which I read the first volume of recently. Just one of those things where like I'm suddenly like I'm acting like I've always cared about a panel layout really intensely. Like that was how I described a few years ago. I played through Rondo of Blood, and I was like, this game is so fucking good it makes me pretend I've always cared about level design because like I'm so hyper aware of it here. Akane just like really like brings out like a very joyous like feeling in me and stuff where I just fucking love everything like what it's doing. I love where it's going. It's it's at like chapter 29 now, so it's fairly safely out. Like it feels like
if it weren't for just knowing how well it's selling right now, it'd be like, okay, we're doing good, but also like a series just got cut that was in like chapter 35, so like that's a bit like there's still like anything can happen, but the fact that it felt that this week's chapter like was able to be so lax and chill, despite just whatever acts might be hanging around and stuff. And there's just absolutely also no way, because have you seen the people that have endorsed this manga?
Yeah, I know that Ano did.
Yeah, Ano and Ichiro Oda both endorsed this manga. Like Volume 1 came out with an Oda endorsement, and that was just, well, that's done. Like that series is staying forever. And then Ano endorsed it on Volume 2. And it's just been selling like gangbusters too. Like it's gotten to the point where like I think between this and then there's a recent RockAGone anime from like a few years back. It's Showa RockAGone.
Yeah, I was gonna say RockAGone manga and anime have like a really, really high batting average.
Yeah, and it's like it's becoming like a like it's. I was seeing like a report of some kind on like there's like genuinely like a RockAGone resurgence in Japan. Like people are really enjoying, and so and like I really love this manga just like really sticking up for and just loving the shit out of this, like, again, like for all intents and purposes like could have or should have been dying art form, right? And it's like it's doing its best to like kind of show you just why it's so cool. And it kind of reminds me, and this is why this is my secret thing, where like, okay, so for whenever I was doing my live streams, I haven't done them in a while because my Wi-Fi at my house is messed up. It's just very inconsistent, so live streams cut out. But whenever I was doing my Jump live streams where I would talk about stuff every week, I was talking about how like I really, really wanted a sports manga, like a really hot-blooded one, that made me yell and just cheer and stuff, because it feels like we haven't had that since Haikyuu ended, and it's been years since Haikyuu ended. Like Haikyuu ended in like I think 2020 or 2019, so it's been at least 3 or 4 years, and it feels weird. Like there's a manga called Blue Box right now, but that like and that has to do with like badminton and like basketball and stuff, but it's way more of a romance manga than anything, so people don't really count it. So I really want like a hot-blooded like sports manga. And then like at some point in the recent batch of chapters I realized, oh no, Akane is the sports manga, because it makes me gasp, it makes me fucking just elated whenever like cool shit happens and stuff. It's got the like gravitas, and most importantly, it could do for RockAGone what fucking Inoue did with Slam Dunk for basketball in Japan, where like Slam Dunk basically was like, oh, we're gonna make basketball like really popular in Japan, and it just happened. And like, not that RockAGone isn't popular right now, or not that there's not other factors, but it feels like this could be RockAGone's Slam Dunk and be like a classic in that regard, and that is so cool to watch like from like the front row, and just be like, holy shit, this manga is like delivering on a really high scale. I mean, it really is
crazy how much that kind of thing can do. Like how there's like a huge camping boom in Japan right now because of Eurocamp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, the I don't know, just really good. There's a lot of really good stuff in Jump just in general right now.
Yeah, I mean, really again, the fact that I'm even reading 3 series that are running in it right now.
Right.
If you count Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, right.
And then 4 if you count me taking a peek at Roboco each week.
It's just Sunday funnies.
Or I guess rather it'll be like Ruri Dragon when it resumes is another one. Like I'm only up to date on 8 different manga right now, and 5 of them are Jump or Jump related, which is fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's just really nuts. Like they just keep putting out like really good wide appeal, like interesting stuff. Like there's some action stuff, but honestly, if I sat down and tried to count it up, it might be like somewhere closer to like 50-50 on like what is action and what is not action and stuff. Which is
and it's crazy
kind of
how well the
non-action
stuff seems to be received.
It's like out of like the recent like new batches of fresh manga and stuff, like it is almost it's almost a trend that whichever one isn't the action one is probably going to do better. And so like it's weird. It's like I also want to shout out though, because it's like a fledgling series and it feels like it's just now finding its footing, and I just really want to see it succeed if it can. Is a manga called Aliens Area that's like brand new. It's like 14 chapters now. And it kind of like, it's pretty simple. Like it kind of was doing like a Men in Black sort of thing where it's like, okay, aliens have been around. They put implants in certain people, and like they gain some powers and stuff. And the main character, he's like a broke older sibling of like these two like young kids and stuff, and has to provide for them. So he works a lot and stuff while also doing school. And he basically gets recruited into like a Men in Black sort of like government agency and stuff. And then you get the impression it's like, okay, like this could get kind of dicey, being like, okay, we're gonna find the secret aliens, and then like kind of deal with them and stuff. But it kind of started to take a bit of a turn, because it's like, wait a minute, after like the first couple chapters, it just stops outright just doing action, and they like will go and be like, oh hey, you parked your UFO in the wrong place, like you could get fined for that. And it's like, oh man, I'm sorry. And then it's like I was running to work, and so like they'll have these like really humanistic interactions with aliens, and it's like it was like getting pretty chill and pretty nice and stuff. And then recently, and this feels like its turn, where like this is kind of like the hook, where it's like, okay, this is actually what the manga is after they figured it out and stuff. Because recently there's a couple manga that I can pull out that have a really, really distinct hook that comes in delayed. That's like after the first chapter. Dr. Stone, like 12 chapters in, switches what its main character is, and the manga just soars right from there, because it realizes, oh, you don't want to be following the blockhead, you want to be following the scientist kid. And then they pretty much have the blockhead do something completely different and just go in the background, and then they have the scientist lead the story, and that's when it soared. Jujutsu Kaisen did a death, like, this sounds cheap and bad, but trust me, in the way that it does it in the manga, it's like actually pretty cool. But it does a main character death fake out, which is like, and it does that like maybe 12-15 chapters in, and it's like genuinely pretty thrilling and cool. And then like they have to start hiding this person's death, and then like it kind of just splits off the manga into different directions, and it like gets pretty exciting, and you get some really good character moments spinning off from that. And Aliens Area recently introduced what its villains are, and it's not the aliens, and it's not precisely the government, but I have a feeling about that. It is in fact this other entity called like A3. It like stands for something, but I forgot. That was like from last week. But it's basically a xenophobic right-wing cult that's been brainwashing people with propaganda that like the aliens like that they're like purposefully trying to kill people and stuff. And like it's just this whole thing. It's like really loaded stuff that feels like it's commenting on Moonies and weird and just like right-wing conspiracy theories, stuff like that, and how that kind of like swoops people in. And I don't know that the manga's necessarily going to handle that in the best way possible, but it's so interesting that it's going this way, and it's not been focusing on like a monster of the week alien thing, and is instead going for a more like conspiracy story angle that like I'm in, and I want to see where this goes, and I hope it doesn't get cut off short, and I don't get to see that, like just where this guy's going with this. It's like just too fascinating for me to like let go right now.
I really hope that it turns out good, but it also would be really funny if this was your second brand new animal.
Oh, I know.
Where it just hard swerves away from the one thing that it seems like it was going in the right direction of. Yeah.
So I will say with brand new animal, there was there was some eyebrow twitching at the like towards the beginning that sort of developed, whereas this was like I don't know, and then it's like, oh wait, you actually are very much like placing pretty much all of the blame that could be shifted on the aliens onto these other people, onto onto people that just don't want aliens to exist at all and stuff. And I don't know. Also, given like Japan's recent stuff with like you know, people coming into the country and stuff, like and like refugees and stuff. I don't know. It just feels like very particularly pointed for a manga running in this magazine, which might be its death knell for the magazine, but I don't necessarily think so. So I don't know. I just like, I would love for this to keep going, and I think it's like too interesting not to keep going. But I don't think it's doing particularly well, like with the rankings. But I don't know. I probably didn't explain it extremely well, but I just think it's interesting, and interesting is so much better than boring or predictable. Yeah, which is how a lot of these can go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I was fucking playing Splatoon 3 before I jumped in here.
Right.
I've always been a fan of the Splatoon story modes, even though 1 was like pretty mid and 2 was mostly good, but like was completely blown out of the water by the Octoling expansion campaign. This one is even fucking better so far, I think.
That's awesome.
Nicky, they made Splatoon feel like Doom.
Fuck
they
yes.
put fucking I really I've been struggling to articulate exactly what it is about it, but like something about the way that all of the mechanics have come together. Certain levels genuinely feel like fucking levels of Doom, with like fucking like weapons that are as satisfying to use as the ones in Doom. It's crazy. But then on top of that, it's got like a really cute series of hub areas, and like the more like puzzle oriented levels are all really cute and inventive. Like I was explaining it to Alyssa, like I feel like there was a trend for a while where Nintendo games kind of ran a little bit too heavy with the whole like introduce a mechanic one level, expand on it in another level, combine it with another mechanic in another level kind of format.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, like, that was really revolutionary for something like Yoshi's Island, but it got a little bit stale by the time, like, fucking, like, Yoshi's Woolly World came around.
Right,
and other games like it, like the 3D Land and 3D World, even though I think those games are a lot of fun. Yeah. So to see this game kind of, like, break out of that and kind of feel almost like a... It feels like a campaign that is structured like a... Like, you know how what makes so many Mario Maker levels shine is that there's been like fucking like 30 years of thinking about these mechanics and their interplay. It kind of almost feels like that a little bit. Right. Like just like this really clever, really efficient series of like one-off challenges and levels that all really soar together. It's really great. I'm really enjoying it so far. Which works because I don't really like the multiplayer. It stresses me out.
Yeah, it was really funny because I feel like I've been like completely just absent or out of the loop with like the Splatoon 3 like excitement, because it kind of felt like a known quantity, oh yeah, we're making a third one, you know what it is, and then like they just kind of dropped it, and I was just like, oh well, I don't know, I haven't really been enticed. So I was. So
it is really funny, like the amount of confidence that they had in releasing it the way they did lead to a lot of really fun surprises. Yeah, like they really didn't show anything of the single player campaign, so everything therein has been like a really nice surprise.
Yeah. It's just kind of nuts. I feel like Nintendo has been quite confident lately. And they have the room to be, and so I think like, because lately like you hear a lot of stories about how they basically like will make a game and then sit on it and then just wait for the right time to just throw it out there, like within like a couple months notice at most. Like I still think about like Paper Mario Origami King is like so weird because they announced that game a month before it came out, and then it came out and I played it and I was like, oh fuck, this is like legitimately funny as shit, and it's like really it's got like a cool interesting battle system, and it's like actually really good, and like I played through the whole thing and like enjoyed myself, and there's like a bunch of Bowser Jr. in it, and I was like, this is great, I love this, what a great game. And it's like I didn't expect that to ever happen like that entire year, but it did. So it's like cool, but I don't know, it was just really funny. I just had like a funny moment because I was like turning on my Switch to play Final Fantasy 12, and then like I just look up and I'm like, holy shit, I have 10 friends online, and then and then I just click in there and it's like, holy shit, like it's just rows of people playing Splatoon. It was just so funny. I was like, fuck, we're like it's like I lifted up a rock and it was like just like it's like, where the fuck did you guys come from? Like it's just all these people scurrying around playing Splatoon with each other, and it's like a fucking like I don't normally feel FOMO. But I was just like I got dangerously close. Or I was like, what the fuck? Like nobody told me there was a Splatoon party. But I played the first one a little bit. I liked it. It was fine. But like and then
they've really only gotten better, but it's definitely been like incremental. I would say that like I wanted to like one more than I wound up liking it, and then it was a little bit closer to equilibrium with 2, and I feel like it's really clicking with this one.
Yeah, that's awesome though. Like I really want. I'm really glad to see like the newer class of Nintendo and stuff kind of feel like get a lot of support and stuff, and like a lot of the weirder ideas they're trying out and stuff, because I don't know, just for a long time, like it's been kind of like a lot of the same guys at Nintendo kind of running things and directing games and stuff. So it's cool to see a lot of that newer stuff kind of prop up. I think Odyssey was like a bunch of newer guys too, like under the leadership of like, you know, Tanabe and Koizumi and stuff. But I don't know, just really good stuff. Like I don't know, I think that this stuff like this is why I'm kind of ravenous. Uncharacteristically, like, I don't know, usually I just kind of just like I'm go with the flow with directs, but right now I'm kind of ravenous for one, because like I just want to know what the fuck else is going on. There's like too many rumors and I don't know who to believe, and I'm like about some of the games coming up, I've heard a few things that probably would be unwise to get people's hopes up about on here, but I could probably talk to you later about it, just because there's some weird stuff running around, but like
this episode, I think this episode will come out after the
rumored next week.
After the direct, because it's not getting delayed for the queen. You know, she can fucking run. It's fine.
Fuck the queen.
We got Nintendo games to talk about.
Though the thing is,
can I just say, what a fucking hilarious year it's been for political deaths.
Oh yeah, dude. Like,
I would love to keep this up.
Yeah, let's just keep it going. Like, let's oh my god, fuck, the mine, like so many of the Minecraft, Roblox, shotgun, fucking like jokes And so like it's the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's extremely funny. It's so and then somehow the queen dies, and some of the posts are even fucking funnier.
Yeah. People are really just extremely funny right now on Twitter. Which isn't always true. Twitter's very unfunny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, but I really just want to see like what else a lot of those Nintendo guys are cooking up. Like it feels like.
What are some of the rumors right now?
Okay, all right. I just feel unwise because there's like one guy I kind of follow that I think. Okay, let's just say. Take everything with a grain of salt, and also, just know that I personally find rumors extremely fun. So if any of these don't come true, I don't care. It's fine. I just find it extremely fun, and also some of these are like far-flung type of stuff that I've heard, but some of the stuff that I've seen flying around is like. Well, one there's one that's been going around for like a couple years now about a Donkey Kong game by the Odyssey team.
Oh.
Where instead of Retro doing the next Donkey Kong, and it's not a Donkey Kong Country game, it's just that they're doing a new Donkey Kong game of some kind, and it's at EAD. So it's like the Mario Odyssey like team kind of moved on and did that. There's also a rumor about a new 2D Mario game. But with a different art style, and it's not a new Super game. It's not new Super Mario Brothers, and it's not Mario Maker, but it's a new Mario 2D game with a different art style, and I'm a little bit worried that it might be that might mean movie tie-in, but I hey, look, if you're gonna do the movie tie-in Mario game, I would prefer it be like a throwaway like 2D game. Or something, right? Like rather than like, you know, Mario Odyssey 2 was suddenly a Mario movie game and stuff like that would suck ass. But like, but I don't think that's exactly it. There's you know, always F-Zero rumors. There's like a Kid Icarus Uprising like Switch port rumor, you know, which I would love to see just because like I want to see how the fuck they even try like whatever poor bastards they had try to figure out how to make Skyward Sword work on the Pro controller. I want to see them do that with Kid Icarus Uprising's controls and be like, all right, just make it work on this controller. This very bizarre, weird game that made people's hands cramp. And then another one that I honestly do feel is sort of likely because of a recent like did you see that Nintendo bought like an animation studio?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. It's like a Japanese animation studio, but I think they mainly focus on CG stuff. So, and Nintendo I think wants to break in on their own with some animation and stuff. Like I think, I think that's the thought, and the rumor is that they want to do Star Fox. They want to make a cartoon to like that goes in with a new game, but they have to find a partner for the game because Star Fox is one of those franchises. Just with their structure, they have basically franchises they do in-house, like Mario and Zelda, and then they have franchises they do not do in-house, like Star Fox or F-Zero or just literally anything. So a lot of those seem like it has to be driven by someone else coming to them, like, you know, like a Sega coming to them, we want to do F-Zero and stuff. So I think they would have to find a partner for that. But like, it's just like there's just stuff swimming around, and like again, like so much of it is like who knows. But I just love that like I don't know, like I love some of the stuff that I'm like. I would love to see like a weird Mario game, like a weird Mario 2D game that's just like has like some different art style. Like that'd be interesting to see them try to like my dream would be like, what if they made a Mario 2D game but it looked like Wario Land Shake It or something, right? Where it's like a cartoon, it's like an anime version of itself. That'd be sick. But like I don't know, but I just want to see a direct because I just want to see stuff because like I feel like I'm not seeing enough Nintendo, and I'm a weird Nintendo baby, and I want to see more Nintendo stuff. But Yeah.
That's your like one primary take toward Hamilton friend.
Yeah, that's like the big one. Yeah. It's just that like I can't let that go. I just like Mario too much.
Yeah, that's
I can't give it up.
I remember, kids, it's not a bad thing to be the Hamilton friend.
It's not. It means you're a lot more like sociable and normal and not some kind of threat to society or something.
Yeah.
You know.
I have to say, though, Splatoon 3 does have a song in it. I need to go and look it up, but there's a song in it that sounds an awful lot like Midori.
Oh, really?
So maybe Splatoon is the middle ground between Noise Rock Friend and Hamilton Friend. Who truly can say? Who truly can say?
You know what? I do want to say, though. I listened to one of the best rock albums of all time for the first time in the past couple weeks.
So did I.
Guys, we need to convene. And I think Hazel,
Team
we need
huddle
to...
everybody.
Yeah, group huddle. Hazel, I do think we need to compile some sort of list of, like, the Beast albums or something that's just, like... these are just the albums that, like, you just have to hear if you're a Human Insects listener or something.
Right. Yeah.
Like this is like not even like to be allowed in the club, but it's just like, yo, like if like, you know, if you like what you hear. So, you know, like, yeah.
Should we dedicate an episode to doing that at some point?
That'd be fun. That would be really fun. That would be really fun. But you got all of you motherfuckers, you're getting your first taste. This is your first inductee, all right? 12 Rods, Split Personalities is one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my entire life. And I heard it for the first time like last week.
It's ridiculous.
It's so good. It's like oh my god. It's like everything. Just the songwriting, the performances, like the vocals are kind of weird, and I really love them. So I want to rate your music and compare them to Ozzy Osbourne, and I think that's not incorrect.
Whoa,
and I kind of love that.
What? Yeah. I never would have put that together had you not said that.
Yeah, but it like makes sense. It's like, oh shit, that you kind of nailed it. But it's just like so fucking like it is. I don't even know how to describe it because you can't pin a genre on it, which is so cool. It's like it's like there's some space rock on it. Like it reminds me of some of the other 90s bands I really love, like Hum and Shudder to Think and stuff, with just like some of its creative choices and just how big the fucking production sounds. It's just wonderful, but it's also like it's not like those bands like at all. And there's like just really ingenious but like kind of mind-bending in its simplicity synth usage where like they're not washing over everything. It's not like a shoegazy thing. It literally is just they just wrote another part and had the synths go like do that, and the synths are just like fucking so ridiculously additive to what they're doing. It like fucking boggles my mind.
Yeah, like I'd say it's like the kind of like songwriting sensibilities of post-hardcore, but without the like aggressive intensity. Yeah, and then like the kind of song structures and approach to sound of something like a band like Hum. Yeah, but without diving fully into like shoegaze or post rock. It's so hard to pin down. Like, it is like an indie rock record that comes so dangerously close to being like, I'll call that post-hardcore. Yeah, but like it never really bridges the gap fully. Yeah,
it never goes too far in any direction, which shockingly doesn't mean that it's like boring or mid or like non-committal. It just does, because it does literally everything it tries so ridiculously well. It fucking like frustrates me almost. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. If you listen to it, just give the first track a listen. The first track is almost a misnomer because it's a lot more glam rock than I feel like most of the album actually is. Yeah. And so, but as soon as the fucking organ hits, once you hit that organ break, if your jaw doesn't hit the floor, if you're not fucking completely just swept up in whatever the fuck that album wants to do from that point forward and stuff, like, you can probably just leave. But,
I mean, I would say like the first two tracks, like the first two tracks in tandem, I think are a really, really incredible, really confident artistic statement, like a statement of intent.
Yeah, Red is like a full-on like masterpiece. That is.
Yeah. That's I was listening to that song like on loop. For a little while.
The chorus in that song is like actually one of the best choruses I've ever heard in my life. Like not even just because it's like the most catchy or most like incredible thing, or it's like
there's
really,
something so like there's this like elevating quality to it that I can't quite put my finger on because it's dead simple. Like that song is like not like it's like 3 guitar chords.
It's and it's like 3 parts. Like it's verse chorus, and then just the ending for 2 minutes and stuff. Like but it's the execution of that chorus is so fucking like just genuinely like it feels like you're seeing God. Like it's like the coolest, like I don't know, like I that chorus sent me to a different fucking plane.
I had the same reaction to
chills with that chorus. It's insane. And then like fucking that's like not even like but like even with those first 2 tracks, that's not even like half of the tricks that it has up its sleeve, because this fucking album has like the most staggering fucking middle third I've like it doesn't drag. It's just these 3 songs that are fucking actually insane, like actual insane people rock songs, and stuff with like just like the synths, the digital stuff that is going on in Chromatically Declining Me, and like the fucking like the fucking like the cacophonous fucking drums in that song.
The drums on that record are so fucking good. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, just the whole thing makes me want to fucking scream and stuff. And then like I don't know, like I think my favorite track on it is a toss up between Red or Makeout Music. Because Makeout Music has like the most delightful music is like bridge ever. Like it's so good. Yeah.
That one is like a funny sleeper for me because like it's been a weird trend in pop music that I don't pay attention to but am forced to reckon with every now and again, either in like a fucking meme I see or in a YouTube video, to reinterpolate like a fucking nursery rhyme into a bad pop song. And like this track kind of does that, but it works so fucking completely. I really don't understand.
It's like incomprehensible how it works, and because it shouldn't. And like the lyrics are really crazy because they're just,
they seem like they should be corny, but they don't read as corny in the moment at all.
And like they and just reading them off, it's like, oh, these are joke lyrics, or like but reading them in the moment, and then also I don't know, just like it's a little frustrating not being able to get a read on if this band is actually gay. And so, like, cause, like it's hard to like determine that, because it's not like this dude's life is just like up for everyone to see, or like, you know, there's no personal life section on his Wikipedia, right? That just says, you know, happily married with another man or something. But so much of it is so staggeringly fucking gay, and so like just I don't know, like passionate about it, and honest about it in ways that are like kind of disarming. Like there's lines in Chromatically Declining Me, and like and I Wish You Were a Girl and stuff, which like that song is fucking like Jesus Christ. Like that I Wish You Were a Girl, like if there was a gender swapped version of I Wish But I'm a Cheerleader, that would be like the song of that movie, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I think it's really incredible how like and maybe this comparison is a little gauche, so I apologize in advance, but like there's something really powerful to me about how ugly early car seat headrest is about being like queer rock music. That I think is really compelling. And I feel like there's kind of a similar quality here where like it is kind of uncompromising to the point of almost not even really taking into direct consideration what it means to be gay rock music, if that makes sense.
Like, no, I get you.
The songs truly come first, you know? Like it's kind of that simple, and like the emotions come first, and it's a record that doesn't seem worried with being misinterpreted, and I think that's really confident songwriting. And I think that's part of why I found it so personally moving and so like super inspiring and stuff, because I have a really hard time connecting with a lot of queer music, at the risk of being a little too open for this podcast. I have a hard time connecting with a lot of that stuff, but you know, as like a you know, slightly neurotic songwriterly person, where I just really like nerd out about that stuff when I listen to like Prefab Sprout or similar bands and stuff. Finding this album and having its like lyrics like just utterly fucking trip me up a lot of the time, in just how fucking blunt and uncaring it was about my personal, you know, hang-ups or whatever. You know, not even so much as to trigger me, but as to kind of just make me go like, man, you know, what is up? Like, you know, like just like fucking like, you know, I'm just letting shit go. And it's really it's kind of like a freeing experience for me listening to it and just having so it's been on fucking loop. It's one of my favorite things. I actually think like lately, but especially between this and Yoroshitsuzu Kero by Calpers, I feel like I have like there might be enough inductees of new favorite albums that I might have to like remake a album like Topsters or whatever like that, and like just figure out that grid again. It's honestly so fucked up how 2022, like I feel overwhelmed by how many new favorite things I've bore witness to this year. Like I don't know how much more I can take. Like I need to just get fucking slapped across the face with some fucking dog shit.
Right. It's crazy. Fuck. What else have you been listening to? I mean, getting
just in general. I listened to that extremely cracked Vocaloid record. Utopia by hikkie-p.
Oh shit!
I sent you a little bit of that. It is like beyond description.
It really. I actually. Legit, like I listened to a bit of it.
The little like one word personal review that I wrote of it just to keep track of what I listened to said scared wojak.jpg.
I like. I need to go back to it and listen and stuff. I only listened to a bit of it and I was like, damn, I don't know if I can sit down with this right now. This is fucking a lot.
I was extremely taxed.
It's just like it's just completely fucking bananas. Like it just kind of just doesn't give a fuck about like music.
Yeah.
Or being musical, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of some shit.
I
it's
don't know
awesome.
how you make something like that. I don't know how you fucking have these ideas and go, okay, now, the logical thing for me to do is to go from this to this. If my own music doesn't wind up sounding at least a hair like that within the next decade, I am doing something wrong, frankly, because I think this guy's got it figured out.
Yeah, it's just completely just I don't know. It really is beyond beyond description.
Yeah.
I have also been listening to I got you turned on to this. I got a few people turned on to this on Twitter. I just wanted to give
is this is this
I want to talk about the new nouns record for a minute.
Because I know I'm not going to want to do it when
do we want to? I mean, it's definitely gonna happen. He's stoked.
Yeah.
And so, okay, yeah, we're getting nouns on the show. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We're the fucking cat's out of the bag. But I want to talk about the record just to kind of get out a few first thoughts, so I'm not just word vomiting and stuff. But yeah, I sent the dude an email and he was sick. He was let's go. And so it was great. But nouns, While of Unsound Mind, I wanted to shout out because because it's pretty much record of the year. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But I want to shout it out because I listened to it. Funnily enough, I listened to it for the first time on the night I discovered 12 Rods through my other friend. And
Holy shit.
And right before I listened to 12 Rods. And it kind of it just it just fell out of my brain, also because I wasn't focusing on it enough. So I think it just kind of fell out for a minute. And then a few days later, because pretty much right after that my grandmother passed. And then I went back to the record because I had a long trip and I was in the car. So I was perfect time to take a seat and really just listen to this record. And I fucking, that was when it fully, clicked. Yeah. I was holy shit. And I think I was reading the album liner notes on this or the previous EP that he had done called Lonely Place of Dying, which is almost like a prelude to this, if you want to check that out, too. It's 2 tracks, and they're both, really long. They're, 10 minutes each. But Lonely Place of Dying's, liner notes on Bandcamp, pretty dark stuff, so just be forewarned. But it mentioned Oxbow and Horse the Band in there, and that, while I was listening to the new record, I was holy fuck, those are 2 of my favorite, foundational, kind of secret, unlockable, they're silhouettes on the character screen, but then, you unlock and it's oh shit, Nicky, of course Nicky would be into Horse the Band or into Oxbow and stuff, just these really weird kind of post-hardcore / metal punk acts and stuff, with just very unconventional vocal, choices being made with both of those bands.
Yeah.
Just there's a very specific, I'm going to talk to him about it. But there's very specific line delivery that he does on certain tracks that really reminds me of Eugene Robinson from Oxbow. And I don't know, just seeing those 2, I was oh shit, this dude's cut from a similar cloth that I am and stuff, because I've been kind of trying to figure out how to pull those bands into some of my work. And just listening to this nouns record, I don't know, it just really felt I was oh, this is exactly what I want to hear right now. This is exactly the type of just insane I don't know, just whirlwind of influences and stuff that I feel I also want to make. And I don't know, it just feels inspirational, but also feels, I don't know, I feel and this is partly because I've since talked to the guy and stuff, but I feel like a peership the album almost. Or I'm just like, yes, I agree with you. It's
See,
like with
for
your
me,
decisions.
it's almost like I'm at this point where I feel like I need to prove my peership, if that makes sense.
I think I feel that too, especially for Burned In. I feel like it makes me want to level up a little bit. It makes me want to fucking
yeah. I'll be transparent and say that listening to that record actually like energized me musically for the first time in like a few years.
Yeah. Right.
I've been struggling really bad with writer's block. I haven't really been able to write anything I've enjoyed in a really long time. Part of that is definitely just like video stuff taking priority and kind of not allowing me the space to think and stew about music. But that record is just so packed full of passion and ideas and purpose that I really couldn't help but feel musically sort of overwhelmed. Yeah. Like it was a real moment of like what's the word? Like actualization, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's not quite the right word, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's a really inspirational piece of work. Like I really just huge appreciation for it. But I just want to shout it out. And I also want to shout out Asunojokei Island.
That's a great record.
Motherfucking fuck me. That's that's like it's I don't know. Like I feel like with Deaf Heaven, right? Like with Black
I've never
Gaze.
listened to
Deaf Heaven. Yeah.
Somehow I just totally missed the boat on it.
With Deaf Heaven with Black Gaze, I feel like it's kind of weird because I think Sunbather was like we made a really big splash. It was kind of a crossover hit, weirdly, with like within the indie space and stuff, and like they played like Pitchfork Festival after and stuff. It kind of had this like real potential to it that I feel like they decided not to realize. I think because of some of the backlash. I don't think they meant to do it this way. I don't think they meant to respond to it in this way. But I think it's one of those things where just like things get in your head and then you kind of just unconsciously respond to something. Because it felt like with the next album, they wanted to go more metal. And then with the next couple albums, and now this most recent album, they've just fully abandoned the black metal aspect and stuff. And they're kind of just a shoegaze post-rock band. And I'm bored. I'm bored by it. And so to see a band, you know, in the black gaze genre kind of come out and just are just defiantly doing just some shit it's like for anyone that's like super into black metal that would have gotten mad at Deaf Heaven for putting in shoegaze like My Bloody Valentine stuff into their black metal, having these fucking guys put in like Asian Kung Fu Generation like alt rock fucking like melodies and progressions and stuff into their black metal is like that'd piss you all the way the fuck off, but I fucking love it. I'm like so, I just love it. It's just so good. Like it reminds me of another band called Swarm with 3 R's. It's like another it's like a Japanese grindcore band. But both these bands kind of play a lot with major chords in their like dark fucked up stuff. Yeah. And it's
that's
like,
one of those things
so
that's
cool.
like really validating to hear, because I have a really hard time getting into the mindset of writing things that aren't very like major oriented.
Yeah. And but these guys like they're doing it with some real grit. But it's also like it feels like there's a ton of personality there that they're not willing to give up on and stuff. I don't know, just it makes me really stoked on it. They put an anime girl on the cover. I'm like, yeah, dude, like, go for it, man. Anime black gaze, let's do this.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah.
That artist is really great.
Yeah, put him on the Chainsaw Man anime. Let's just fucking get this full board. Like, let's just you know, let's really get cooking with this. But yeah, I don't know. This big shout out to that, because that was a really fun listen. the past couple days. Really good production wise. We both pointed that out.
Yeah. I was really, really impressed by how much space the guitars were able to take up without feeling like they were the main, like, overbearing focus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
God damn. We've been going for like an hour and a half. Yeah, we should do questions and then probably bow out.
Yeah. Linus wants to know, what is some oft derided, dismissed, or overlooked media that you love for reasons people wouldn't just guess by watching, reading, or listening to the thing in question? And what is it about them that you think makes people dismiss them?
I have a really good answer for this.
Go for it.
But it would give away a Discuss All Monsters episode that won't come out for months, so it feels
right.
So I feel I feel like I can't. So let me think of a different one.
That makes sense.
But Linus is also the one that drew Ashita no Bud. Big shout out.
Absolutely. Thank you for Ashita no Bud. That was a legendary moment.
I am hereby handing you your deputy human insect badge and stuff. The first inductee. Really amazing though. I've never had one of my dumb podcast bits come back to me as like a fucking piece of art before.
Yeah.
So that was a really surreal moment for me. I was like, holy shit. That you know. Let me think.
I feel like there's a lot that kind of falls into that category for me just by virtue of like having experienced a good amount of media. I think if anything, it tends to happen more with music. Like I still have a really, really huge soft spot for Blink-182.
Yeah. Right.
Even though like I know. Yeah. But it's a little bit harder for me to place with other media because I feel like I'm pretty good at kind of like theoretically justifying those things.
So wait, it's oft a hated and or beloved media that sorry, can you repeat the question one more time?
Often derided, dismissed, or overlooked media that you love for reasons people wouldn't guess just by experiencing the piece of media itself.
I mean, I feel like I have to throw out, though I feel like the tides have turned on it a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing too, is I feel like they're like a few years ago, I probably would have said Sonic Adventure.
Right, yeah.
But like that doesn't really track anymore.
Yeah. I think the tides have turned on it a little bit, but I will say Travis Strikes Again was regarded pretty negatively. But I feel like my personal relationship with like just wanting to see just something from one of my favorite creators and stuff like kind of put me in a position to enjoy that and to be picking up what was putting down in a way different way than anyone else was, or a lot of people were. I'm trying to think of some others.
I have a pretty big soft spot for Disney's Frozen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't explain it at all. I have a kid sister. That's probably part of it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like a kid sister who was like there at its like peak of popularity.
Right, and just absolutely just adored it.
Yeah. I also just think Olaf is funny. I think he's a funny little guy.
He's a funny little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over the overlooked movie Frozen.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
I know. I'm just fucking around. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's as good as I can give it right now. But I'll probably think of something later.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. What part of horror do you find the most engaging and enticing? Also, what candy do you prefer, sweet or sour? That comes from Yaza Casa.
Sour. I'm a big sour candy person.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Love warheads.
I love to make my tongue bleed.
In terms of horror, it's interesting because I feel like I have a weird relationship to horror where it's not even that I don't like a lot of it because it scares me or anything. It's just I don't find too much of it very interesting.
Yeah.
So I think there probably needs to be some sort of psychological aspect, but probably the thing that gets me the most is seeing some sort of unwavering truth in a piece of horror media. That if it feels like it's like it's inescapable and kind of adds to it. And so, oh no, I'm thinking of Hereditary right now, and just how much that movie just zones in on just like loss and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just saw the Mickey Mouse cum hat.
Oh yeah. Did you not see that before?
No, I did not see it until just now.
Alyssa made the funniest fucking comment on any of my tweets. The funniest comment that I think I've gotten on any of my tweets all fucking year. Just because like I made a tweet that was like, man, they're really gonna make you pay $200 to get cummed on and stuff, and then Alyssa comes in with like the fucking like with like just the byline on the fucking like on the website where it says Mickey is dripping with excitement. No, holy shit!
I'm looking at this fucking cum hat. There's what else are you supposed to see it as?
It ain't nothing but cum. It's like that's the only thing it possibly could be is cum. There's no other way.
There's a reason it says for adults there. Why did Wario64 post this?
I love Wario64. I love Wario64 because he seems extremely like a bot, and then there's like you get just little peeks behind the curtain where it's like, oh no, this is a human. I just don't know how he does it. So I saw someone tweet about that and say that like this is probably a good lesson that I feel like every huge company needs to have at least one extremely online and debilitatingly horny like individual that's able to just like see stuff like, I mean, even though like you don't need that to just see whatever, but like just to be able to be like, no,
it's literally so like I don't I saw these jeans in an Instagram ad a few months ago where it was like two different shades of denim in kind of like a wave pattern stitched along each leg, outer and inner basically. But the inner one was darker, so it just looks like piss pants. It looks like you got pee pants. It's crazy.
I got Mr. Pee Pants. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, about horror though, I think about Hereditary in the way that it kind of is it kind of lays bare some truth about loss and the way that like can contribute to a familial breakdown and stuff, and that was a lot scarier to me than like a lot of other horror movies, like a lot of the other stuff they try to get you with.
I think horror has always been to me a kind of gateway into a space where really truly ugly and horrific parts of the human experience can be sort of exhumed. And I think when a horror movie is doing that, and often it's completely and utterly accidental, that is where I feel most at home in cinema.
Good question though.
On a similar note, let's see. I'm not going to read this person's name because they didn't give me one, and I don't want to just dox their email.
Right.
But we got a question that says, recently it has come to my attention how poorly people think of people that watch morally reprimandable art, as in exploitation films and other types of horror, or even just scenes that depict things that are discomforting to see. Yeah. I've always had an interest for this type of art that is kind of produced in the margins and defies the viewer. But I have a hard time not feeling like a bad person for having interest in this type of art, even if I'm actively aware of the ways in which something can be problematic. I know that you also kind of enjoy it. So my question is, how are you able to enjoy this type of art, even if it depicts very bad stuff? And how do you reconcile with the feeling that that what you're watching is wrong? Great question. A lot to dig into. Totally forgot to say, if you want to email us, it's humaninsectspodcast at gmail.com. Okay, now to actually answer that question. I mean, it's hard, right? Like, I feel like at a certain point, you just kind of need to be, and this is kind of an oversimplification, and I admit that, but I think you just need to be comfortable enough and firm enough in your beliefs that fiction can't shake you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was thinking too. That,
and it is really hard, especially before the court of public opinion.
Right.
But I also think that, like, I think anybody that's, like, worth being around isn't going to cast immediate aspersions onto you without coming to understand, like, where you enjoying these things is coming from. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, your time is better spent with people who aren't going to chastise you for being curious about something.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think what's really important to remember about art is that, you know, it is art. Obviously, art can lead to a lot of really like the creation of art can lead to a lot of personal tragedy. You know, just look at, like, most any 70s film director and how they treat women, often underage women in particular. Or just look at, like, you know, even just like what I've talked about on my channel plenty of times, just in regards to crunch. But what, you know, ideally what you're viewing isn't necessarily, like, I think you know what I mean. Like, what you're looking at, so long as you're able to properly contextualize it and rationalize it within your own set of experiences, like, I kind of think you just need to trust your reactions to it at a certain point.
Right. Yeah.
And I make that distinction because I also admit that I am somebody who's very sensitive about things like true crime. I don't fuck with it at all. I think as an industry, it's extremely disrespectful at best and just absolutely abhorrent at worst.
Yeah.
I think in general, I'm somebody who's pretty sensitive to, like, the ways that we kind of, like, depersonalize these kinds of, like, people who find themselves in a bad way in one way or another. Like, I both mean that in terms of true crime, but also just, like, the kind of internet's broader proclivity toward just kind of, like, memifying real people.
Yeah, right.
And, like, ignoring those real world consequences. So to me, a movie's easy, a manga's easy, you know.
Right.
I can see something 12 times as mortifying in a piece of art than in real life, and if I know that it's simulated and that nobody actually died or whatever,
right, yeah,
it inherently puts me at ease a little bit without necessarily abstracting the reality of the images that I'm consuming, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think the point on contextualization is, like, huge and stuff, being able to kind of recognize like where this came from, why you decided to watch it, why you're interested, right? Right. Not even that you need to like interrogate yourself, but just like, I think I sort of can come at things that I'm viewing with a sort of like clinical quality, because I'm just interested in like how these ideas develop, or how a certain artist developed and stuff, like whether like even if it is like they developed in a bad way, or were abusive in some fashion and stuff. I think it's interesting to kind of like, just as like, personal study goes, just to kind of look at that stuff and everything, and being able to contextualize it, and go in with good faith, like for yourself, like that like nothing, that a movie's not going to influence you because like, oh, this is wrong, or for yourself, like I don't know, that just like it's not a one-to-one. It's not gonna, watching a right wing, aligned piece of art, or like, or playing a Call of Duty game or something, right? Or like watching a movie that's like financed by like the US military in some way, right? Or watching some action movie or whatever. That's not going to automatically like watching Top Gun Maverick isn't just going to turn you into a fascist, right? And so it's just like it's but
I also think that like that is where, and this is why I harp so much on media literacy, is like those ideas that aren't even necessarily at the forefront, at the text of the work itself. Like regressive ideology does have a really insidious way of slipping itself into the cracks.
Right.
I can't remember who made this argument initially, but it was something that a friend described to me that I think about a lot, which is essentially this idea that like when an artist kind of or a team of creatives or what have you are kind of forced to gloss over certain aspects of their creation, especially when they're handling something delicate like war. Oftentimes, in those spots that are sort of glanced over and aren't given full care, that's kind of where the kind of default worldview can slip in. Obviously, our default worldview on many subjects is still very regressive. And I think that's often an easier explanation for why certain regressive ideologies can crop up in art that's made by people that also contains more progressive ideology. Oh no, it can't, like, being able to recognize just off rip that like this is in here, this will crop up inherently, right? That's already like, you're already viewing this from an angle that like that is not going to shake you, right? You're already like putting yourself on like kind of aside from this movie's gaze, right? Like even if it was like actively trying to recruit neo-Nazis or whatever, right? Is it like and that's why like that Truffaut quote about how the camera inherently ennobles everything it sees is, I think, only a problem when it is before an audience that lacks the media literacy to read between the lines, or willingly disregards whatever media literacy they have in order to get something specific out of it, if that makes sense.
So I feel like if you're fearful about the way you're seen, kind of viewing content that like I think you got to give yourself a little bit more credit and stuff. Like, you don't have to be like the shit post about like reading Mein Kampf, but like shaking your head the whole time, so like everybody knows that you don't agree and stuff. Like you.
That's the first I've heard of that post.
There's a lot of like historical work to be done there, and I think you can give yourself a lot of credit in being able to kind of look at something and kind of put yourself on the periphery of that view and of that target, and be able to kind of just contextualize and look at something and kind of recognize that it's there and what it's doing, and recognize ways you can dismantle that, or recognize ways that we can always build a better world better than this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something that a friend of mine said recently that I thought was really salient. I can't find the exact quote, but we were talking about a book that I had read for a video. It will come up eventually. I don't want to bring it up yet because I think it's a little too loaded to bring up without context.
Okay.
But I was reading a book that has been fairly controversial throughout history, as per its relevance to a video that I'm working on. And we were kind of talking about how, like, it is kind of difficult to look at a book's legacy and acknowledge that the vast majority of it is based in misinterpretation, that kind of creates a text that is more harmful than it actually is in practice. And kind of the conclusion that we came to was essentially that, like, if we can't trust a work of art to be open to misinterpretation, then I think kind of like inherently neutering art for the sake of a mass audience is going to signal something far more grim than certain audiences misinterpreting it, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, I think we kind of need to have the faith in viewers and readers and listeners to go about a piece of art with their best judgment over the kind of like kid gloves approach that ensures that nobody can take the wrong thing out of a piece of art, essentially. Right. And I think that I think that that's kind of how I try to go about things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I can say as far as other people kind of casting aspersions onto you for engaging with those things is kind of just to, you know, like, I know it sounds hard, but just I wouldn't get defensive. I think being sort of defensive about the things that you engage with just kind of like, it becomes this like fucked up like dost thou protest too much kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like, I think unfortunately you do kind of just need to operate with confidence and with literacy, and hope that people will kind of trust your character above all else.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Yeah, great question. Yeah. I really appreciated that one. I wanted to answer it last time, but we didn't have the time, and I wanted to make sure that we gave it space. So thank you for being patient.
I think maybe we have time for like one more, because I don't want to make this too long.
Okay, so Sod asks, my Australian friend has been talking to me about bin chickens, which I had to look up. And I had this weird dream where a guy tried to sell me a couple of bin chickens, and all I could remember is a very loud and echoey version of the "what a deal" we were shouting at the end of the last episode. Thinking about bin chickens made me want to ask y'all about your favorite fucked up animals here on planet Earth. Bonus points if it's not underwater or Australian.
Oh my god. Favorite fucked up animals.
The lack of underwater creatures does make it pretty hard. I mean, I live with one.
Right.
My cat Wander is pretty fucked up.
That is a pretty strange animal, yeah.
Yeah, Alyssa has said that everyone she's ever lived with has at one point or another asked aloud, what do Persian cats' skulls look like?
It's a good question. I also want to know.
Yeah.
Gotta have a pretty unique skull, I suppose.
Poor creature. He shouldn't exist. I love him to death. He's my best friend, but you know.
Damned by God, but loved by all. Oh, Wander. Let's see. Oh God.
I kind of feel like cicadas.
Cicadas are pretty creepy, pretty freaky.
Like they can extremely damage your hearing, and like I didn't really buy that until I saw a few videos of people being in forests surrounded by them.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, oh,
yeah, that shit'll turn you
okay,
deaf.
this is real.
Yeah. God, like I feel like I'm pretty bad with this because I feel like maybe I'm too surface level with animals, and so maybe I'm too normie with like the animals I really like, because for some reason the only one that pops up in mind is fucking pangolins, because they always look like they're apologizing, like they're like,
I love those guys.
Yeah, and like they're kind of like armadillos but not and stuff. They just have like weird like
those guys are IRL Digimon.
Yeah, for real.
Not Pokemon, specifically
definitely
Digimon.
A Digimon, yeah. Like if it evolved, like it would get like a cannon or something. Like something stupid.
Yeah.
Or like
and
a
then
chainsaw.
If you evolved it a certain way, it would become like a really hot woman.
Right, yeah. With exposed feet.
Yeah. Filthy souls.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best I can come up with right now. I'm really thinking so hard, but yeah. God, I guess that's the best I fucking got.
I mean, when you get right down to it, normal chickens are pretty wild,
pretty strange.
Like they are still really reptilian in nature.
Yeah, they're dinosaurs.
Like I fully believe that they are still dinosaurs functionally.
They definitely are. Yeah. Yeah, this is it's so funny just to think about like what a twist it felt like to find out that chickens were possibly descended from dinosaurs. I mean, like, fuck, man, I've been eating dinosaurs this whole time and stuff, and it's like, or like it's
didn't you see the shape of the nuggets? Come on.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, so that's the thing too, is that, like, there's also dinosaur shaped nuggets and stuff. So it's like, okay, so the dinosaur fucking like descended down into chickens, and then chickens are being made like
back into the shape of their ancestors.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So they kind of it kind of completes a loop, right? Dinosaur nuggets.
Right. Yeah.
God. Fucking. I
can't remember if I said this in a previous episode, but the one thing that I always splurge on, no matter what, I always get the fanciest eggs. I like those. I like chickens so much that I can't bear not getting eggs made by chickens who lived a happy life.
A happy life.
I'm sure they're also miserable. Someday if I ever have any amount of land, I'll just raise my own chickens and I'll make sure that they live the happiest lives imaginable.
Oh my God. I really love that.
Until then.
Yeah. I love that. I just yeah, chickens are cool. I like chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens are homies.
I like those guys a lot. Okay, so I think this is an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say
it feels like
thank you so much for listening. If you want to support this show, don't go support the Explode When Defeated Patreon. Especially if you want to hear Nicky and I and our dear friend Wyatt talk about the Evangelion rebuilds, which we finished doing the other day, and it was a really fascinating turn of events.
Yeah.
It came out really, really interestingly. I said it on Twitter, but I think our discussions have already been really important for me as somebody who thinks about art from a lot of different angles. I So if you want to get a sneak preview at what that looks like, that's a good place to do it. And then after you've listened, continue supporting the Explode When Defeated Patreon.
Yeah, we have a lot of great stuff going on there. Yeah,
and they're worth it.
Yeah,
they're worth it.
$5 tier. You can listen to that episode and stuff. The 3+1 episode of the Evangelion Rebuilds is definitely one of my favorite podcasts I've ever done. Like it really was like above
not as good
and beyond
as the Weezer filibuster though.
It's it definitely went above and beyond my expectations for where we could have gone with it, especially given I don't know just where things were turning and stuff. So
right.
Yeah, it's just really good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, everybody. I really appreciate it. Look, we had a pretty good episode here with a lot of stuff we talked about. A lot of good.
It felt good to just have normal.
Yeah.
Normal.
Normal episode. As normal as it gets around here. Yeah.
That being said, I'm really looking forward to our next guest episode. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is going to be like strictly the pattern, but we've kind of got one going. So until further notice, there might be some scheduling mishaps or what have you. Yeah. But we have a few people lined up as as far as guests go. Again, humaninsectspodcast at gmail.com. If you have any other questions or concerns or what have you, or if you want to I feel like if you want to throw in like a shout out or like a suggestion for a guest, we can table it. Probably won't answer it on the show, but we can definitely talk about it privately if we get the email and go like, that's a
good point. Yeah. So if there are any guests in particular you would love to see us have, just email us. Please do not reach out to the person in question.
Don't go on Chapo stuff here.
Yeah. And stuff we will contact people as we please.
Yeah.
And like I really don't want to fucking if I got like 1,000, I mean obviously it wouldn't be 1,000. If I got like 3 Twitter @s in one day demanding I go on some podcast I'd never heard of, number one, I wouldn't see them because I have my notifications turned off. But if I didn't see them, I would be like, who the fuck are these? Like, no, fuck off. Like,
no, yeah. It would only serve to make someone not want to come on the podcast more.
Yeah, so exactly. So if there's anybody you really don't want to come on, beg them to come on. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that either.
So at Ted Cruz, fucking
yeah. You're next, bitch.
Don't say that.
What do I mean by that? Who knows?
Don't say that. All right, podcast.
I'm
tapping the ring. I'm tapping like the wrestling like mat. Podcast.